like to introduce Tammy Matatall, a program analyst for the warehouse, and Kevin Chung, financial management support manager with accounting, and their presentation needs some data, so great.
Great. Hello everyone, thank you for coming to our presentation today on DW Query. My name is Tammy Matatall. I am the Data Warehouse Operational Manager at OIT. Some of you may know me as the bad news messenger, since I'm the person sending out the emails to let you know that the KFS Data Warehouse is not done loading yet.
My name is Kevin Chung. I'm the Financial Management Support Manager over at Accounting.
Great. So DW Query is our enhanced version of the current list application. The main reason why we brought DW Query up is that, one, we had to migrate off of SAMS over to KSAMS for the access check for our queries. And also, a majority of our users really love lists. It was easy and intuitive to use. A lot of people really enjoyed it. So what we wanted to do was just add some more functionality to DW Query and also to update the look and feel of it, because this was written in the late 90s.
So another reason why we brought up DW Query, we wanted to address a segment of users that really wanted to get more out of their data. Currently, a lot of users just go in and pull a canned report that has a fixed set of columns and a particular format. But a lot of our analysts and financial managers and also the power users wanted something more customized. They wanted to build their own report, select a few columns. Maybe they had a specific template that they wanted to use and a specific format they wanted to use every month or every other week or something to hold their data. They didn't want to do too much manipulation. So a common use case is actually in central office for accounting. The central office accountant wants to find which department across the entire school has spent the most in the travel category. So for those of you that are in the financial system, it will be the consolidation code for the entire campus for fiscal year 2019. So here's a screenshot of DW Query, and the user would just go into DW Query. They can select multiple months. They also have the ability to change their report to span multiple years. So the query allows you to cross multiple years and pull that data for multiple fiscal years by just selecting that toggle. And as the user goes through each of the tabs up on the top, they get to filter on more criteria and narrow down exactly what they want from their data. One of the nice things about DW Query is that it gives an autofill capability. So for me, I commonly refer to this as the Facebook feature, where when you go up and you type up your friend in Facebook, and it gives you that suggested, like, oh, this is the suggested name that you're typing in. So this is a feature that we added into DW Query. What that helps with is, in case you misspell travel or you misspell a specific code or a KFS account, you have a set of validated values that show up. Also, one of the really cool things is we added this feature called cascading prompts. So if you select something like travel, the object codes that you get back only pertain to travel. So it's contextual and it's dynamic in that way. So that way, somebody couldn't filter on something for travel and then also filter on something for, let's say, materials, supplying materials, and they would get nothing back. So there's built-in logic in DW Query that keeps you from querying yourself into a corner. Here we can see the user has put in travel as the consolidation code, and the list of object codes all pertain to travel. So if they wanted to filter specifically on international travel, they could select that object code. In addition to that, in case the user wanted to see all of the list of available values, they can actually click on the list button that's next to each field in DW Query, and they can select from a list of fields or a list of values that are valid for that specific column. So here the user can explore, okay, these are all the travel object codes that fall under the travel consolidation code. And they can go through multiple columns to filter that as they kind of pick and choose what they want. How many guys shop on Amazon or have Amazon Prime? This is one of this is a really nice feature for most people is when they are building their query, sometimes they forget, oh, did I filter on that already? Or am I going to bring that, is that column going to come back in my report? So here we installed this new kind of shopping cart feature. It just tells us, okay, as of now, this is what you filtered on. This is what's going to come back into your report. So there's multiple ways to get your report back. The first quickest way is actually to get the results back into your browser or back onto the screen. And what it does is it gives you a set of 1,000 records, roughly, of just a sample set of your data. So that way you can quickly scan and see, all right, is this what I expected when I built my query? Or do I need to go back and refine it a little bit more? In addition, this screen is really helpful. If you wanted to, you can instantly type in the search box and it'll filter on whatever keyword or whatever number that you want. So this is really good at finding kind of the needle in the haystack. And of course, and most users do this, is once they run the report or run the DW query, they just click on download and download all of the data into Excel. So what ends up happening is we have happy anteaters. They throw parties and they're really happy that they got their data. Some of the really nice features that people love is the ability to save the query. When they first set up a template, they build their query, they figure out what their report template should be. They save it and then they can instantly load it the next time they need to pull the same data set or pull a refreshed version of their data set. Other features that people like are the ability to summarize the data, so you can collapse all of the rows into a single line if you wanted to kind of get a consolidated number. You could also run a distinct query to find a distinct value in a set of a really large number of rows. And one of the other common features is the ability to sort your columns, right? So there's a default sort that comes out, like your fiscal year is first, fiscal period followed by the organization, then the account. But for some reason, if the user wanted to, okay, I want to put the account first, because that's the first thing I want to see, they have the ability to sort in this tool. So a lot of users are happy with that.
And also one thing I like to mention is, let's say you developed a report and your colleague says, that report looks great, like, can I get a copy of that? So what you can do is you can save it in your UCI NetID. Your colleague can then log into DW Query, click on load, type in your colleague's UCI NetID, pull up their list that they have created, load it to your screen, and then you can then save it to your own ID as well. So it allows us to share reports that you've made with each other without having to reduplicate the work yourself.
So just some quick stats on, since we launched DW Query, a lot of the top kind of job titles that end up using DW Query are the financial analyst, senior financial analyst, accounts, and also senior administrative analyst. We also have some directors in there as well too. The top organizations that use DW Query is the Division of Financial Administration, School of Medicine, Student Affairs, and OIT. So you can see that the usage, at least for financial data, is across the entire campus.
Alrighty, so as of today, we just have the KFS General Ledger detailed data in DW Query, but upcoming we're going to have the balances, we're going to have travel data, and we're going to have the purchasing and accounts payable, which includes purchase orders, disbursement vouchers, credit memos, all of that will be coming to DW Query very soon. And one thing I'd like to note is DW Query will not have UCPath data as of today. We are just going to keep the legacy PPS data in DW Query. So some upcoming features, we have some enhancements planned for DW Query. One of them would be the ability to group and to add some like subtotals and totaling to your reports to kind of make the output a little bit prettier, to make it a little bit more like a formatted report as opposed to just like a data extract. We're also going to have the ability to refilter on your results screen, so instead of going back to the query page, you can make some changes right on the results screen, hit run, and refresh your data set there. So anything that you see right now on the datawarehouse.uci.edu page, we will be converting all of those queries over to DW plan is to decommission Bliss altogether. We're gonna put everything there. And like I mentioned, for the most part, we're just gonna have KFS data right now and the legacy data. So anything that was in the core financial system before, we will still house it and make it available for you to look for in DW Query. And then same thing with the legacy PPS data. All of that is just gonna be remaining in DW Query as snapshot data for you to view as needed. If you have any query needs for UCPath, that will be coming directly from UCPath itself and not from Data Warehouse. Are there any questions?
Hey, we just started using the Java automated download tool for Bliss. Is that going to work with data query or DW query as well?
So we have not migrated that tool yet. It is on our list of future things to do. So most of the queries that we're going to be migrating is going to be the front end queries first. We're going to leave the back end running, but just keep in mind that if you're using that tool right now for employee data, it's not going to have UCPath data. So if you're using it to get some of the previous legacy data, that will still be up and running, but not for UCPath. But we do have a plan to eventually migrate that tool so that you can automatically download your data as needed from us in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Will there be an HTTP query like we used before, the business object?
Yes, yes. So if you look at the other screens before, like that, yeah, we're pretty much going to be taking everything that was in Bliss and then migrating over here. The URL will look pretty similar, but it's going to be its own separate
So
application.
we can save a canned query and then just download with that URL directly? We did.
Yes, yes, yes. Same feature. It's the same in a loading query, and we carry that over to view the query as well. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you for coming to our presentation today. Please stop by our data and analytics section. We're booth numbers 13, 14, and 15. If you have any questions, we're there to answer, and we're also giving away some Hawaiian macadamia nuts and a handcrafted apple wall hanging.